We're gonna do a full-on Packer brisket. We're gonna do it in our new Woodfire XL Pro Connect. I've already got the brisket prep. Took a little bit of time trimming up that brisket. It's a 12-pound brisket. I trimmed probably, I don't know, a couple pounds off of it. You got to make it a little aerodynamic, get those thin bits off, cut off some of that silver skin on the back. I'm trimming down the fat. The point has plenty of fat running through it, which is the thicker muscle at the end. And then the flat, you know, doesn't have as much fat, so I leave a little fat cap on there, you know, quarter, half inch on there. So I just go through and trim it up, trim any bad spots off that don't look right. It's nothing fancy. We're not trying to win competitions with it, okay? So just take your time, but don't let it spin you out, you know. Clean off any bits that don't quite look right, okay? It's up to you. And then I season it up. Use a little Caribeque beef big and bold, which I figure goes great with a brisket. Season it up both sides, even the sides everywhere, okay? Just all around it. Get a good heavy duty layer of seasoning on there. You're not gonna over season this thing. It's a big piece of meat and it can take it, okay? That brings us to here. All right, we're ready to fire this up. We got some Jealous Devil pellets in there. They're just a blend of pellets. It's not a big deal. Use whatever pellets you like. I'm gonna throw the 2 probes that came with the XL in there, and we're gonna monitor it through the app, right? And you'll see, you know, how we set it up. Set it on smoker here. Go 250 for as long as it takes, and we'll throw the Celsius underneath for all my Canadian friends and people across the pond. And we're gonna take that to about 165, 170 in the point. Once we hit that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up in some tin foil, a little beef stock or whatever in there, and then finish it out, still on the smoker setting all the way through at 250. So I'm thinking this will take probably about 4 or 5 hours, but in the end, I'll tell you how long it took. Let's get this thing fired up and get the smoke rolling. Come on back. All right, guys, we're gonna turn it on. It says hello. Well, hello, how are you doing? We're gonna use the mode button to select smoker, 250. As far as the time-wise, I want to bump that up just so I don't have to come back out here and switch it or mess with it on the app. I don't think it's going to take 8 hours, but I'm going to set it for 8 hours. Woodfire flavor is already lit up, right? Hit start. Let it go through that ignition process. We'll get the brisket on. All right, we got that smoke rolling. Almost time to get that brisket on. We're up to temp. Smoking. Love it. Let's go ahead and get this brisket on. We got the fat side facing up because that's where the heat's going to be coming from. We're going to plug in our probes. So we're going to go ahead and hit the app for it. Ooh, Ninja. All right, we're connected. I want to adjust the temperature on here. So we got well. I want to change it to manual. I want to go to 165, okay? Save changes. And it changed it automatically on the deal right there. So we're going to change it on both of these. Again, go to manual. We want 165, save changes. So both of the probes have been adjusted. Nothing left to do but wait. All right, we gotta let it get that good smoke, right? As we're a little over an hour into it, let's take a look at that brisket. Getting a little bit of color up here. Rest still looking pretty moist. Not quite ready to start spritzing yet. Our probe temperature is a little over 140. I might let this get a little bit more time on the bark side, you know, before we wrap it, even if it goes above 165, 170. I want this bark to get a little bit more darker, a little more set, okay? But we are looking good on that one. Come back in about a half hour or so, give it a check. Guys, we've gone over an hour or so and the pellets ran out. I'm gonna refill it, a little bit more jacks. Then I'm gonna press and hold this Woodfire flavor button here. All right, we're going through the ignition process of those pellets again, and then we'll give it a little bit more smoke on there. Actually, I'm gonna open this up real quick. Getting some great color on there, okay? But I wanna give it a bit more smoke since it's such a big brisket. Okay, let's shut it down. Let it go through the ignition process, and then we'll finish cooking it up. Probably give it another hour or so. All right, team, we got a beautiful bark going on there. Great color. Let's get the probes out and get it wrapped up. It's looking amazing right now. All right, team, we are temping out about 175, 180 in each of the probes, okay? But I wanted to give it a lot more time on the smoke. We're about 2.5 hours in. Oil out. I'm gonna go ahead and tear it off. Okay. Boat this up a little bit here. Pour a little consomme over the top. It's gonna make a beautiful jus. while it's cooking, rehydrating that bark. Fold this over. Make sure the sides are nice and tight. We don't want any of the steam to escape. Pour a little bit more consomme in there. And get it nice and wrapped tight on the top over here too. There's our beautiful package. Put the temp spike back in there. It's going in nice. Feeling nice and tender. Get our gray probe in. Get our other probe on here. Go. And get it back on the grill. Okay, our package is secure in there. Nice and tight. The probes are going in nice. Still need some more time. We're gonna give it another probably couple hours, and then we'll let it rest for at least an hour, okay? Shut it down, come on back. All right, guys, this ain't get food. That means we're up to 205 in both of the probes. So we're gonna pull this out and let it rest. Good hour at least. Get this on the board. Whew. Don't throw away all them juices in the foil right there. That right there is just good flavor. Right, so we got a beautiful brisket right there. I'm gonna do a half cut right over the middle, just so we can see what we're working with on the inside. Beautiful, nice and tender, juicy as can be. I'm not big on squeezing my briskets. Got a nice bark, nice render. Let's start cutting up the flat. It's cutting like butter, nice and tender. Got a pretty thick fat cap on there, which is okay with me. It's still pretty hot. Could have let it rest a little bit more. Let's take a look. All right, there's your bend test, nice and floppy. We'll do the pull test. It's got a little pull, but nice and tender. Another little bite right here, a little bite of the burnt end on the point, a fatty bit. It's my favorite. So freaking good. Guys, give this a try in your wood fire.